I'm the Specialist Team Unit Director for Microsoft's U.S. Education Business. And I'm here today with Dan Alig from the Wharton School of Business from the University of Pennsylvania to report on Anthony's Daily Adventures blog. So we'll start out with a couple easy questions for you, Dan. So, Wharton School of Business, relatively prestigious school.
We like to think so.
Yeah? And you're what I'll call a young guy at an older institution. Tell me a little bit about how you got into that business and your progression to the CIO status.
So I'd actually been at Wharton for about 14, 15 years. I started there as a student worker while I was attending the engineering school at the University of Pennsylvania. And, you know, I loved it so much and I was so passionate about what we did that I didn't leave. And I've worked through a series of jobs sort of doing everything in the organization, from support to programming to running infrastructure, and really just love the school so much and am so passionate about education and business research and learning and knowledge that I found a great life there, and I'm really excited to lead the organization forward and understand how education is changing now in technology.
Yeah. So we're here actually this week at the CIO Summit for U.S. Public Sector, and Dan actually participated on a panel of ours where we talked a lot about the BYOD of education in general, and obviously we concern ourselves with higher education. And the conversation Dan and I had leading up to this event was around the challenge of BYOD in an institution like Wharton and what that means from making sure Wharton is staying relevant, both from a pedagogical perspective, but how technology is used in the classroom, whether it be the student or in many cases the teacher, and their kind of resistance to that. So maybe you can share a little bit about how you guys are thinking about that, not only in terms of technology, but more importantly in terms of how you're thinking about the application of technology and making sure students are getting the outcomes they're looking for.
Absolutely. So we spend all of our time thinking about technology, hoping that our faculty and students grow. We really invest a lot in transparency and making sure that our platforms are facilitating learning to the utmost without being bulky or clunky. And so we spend a lot of our time on integration. I know Microsoft has a lot of great tools. We run our school as a business. We're really training the business leaders of the future. So we really want to equip them with the technologies that they're going to see when they get into that environment. Equip them with the technologies that they're going to need to be successful in business. So that's the back end. But we want to craft that new learning experience. You know, there are buzzwords, there are MOOCs, there's everything going on from flipping the classroom to connected learning, blended learning, and technology is changing that dynamic so fundamentally, and so a lot of this is just a grand experiment. We're throwing all these technologies. We have tablets, we have phones, we have anything that our students bring, and it's really about connecting those experiences, whether they're in that physical classroom learning from a faculty member, or whether they're going home and learning at their own pace with their own sort of access to the technology. So we've done a lot of work in bringing all of those materials, all of that learning, into more consistent formats that they can then digest wherever they are, however they want to, and then bring that experience back. There we go. and then connect with each other in the classroom and learn from each other as well.
Is there any kind of stigma behind the Ivy League prestige that the students or maybe the faculty gives you a particular challenge around what they need or what they feel they need for fulfilling their education?
Absolutely. I mean, as arguably one of the best business schools in the world, we attract the best faculty, we attract the best students, and they're really used to sort of driving their own car. They don't want us necessarily injecting technology into the equation. They don't want us prescribing everything for them. They want us to support what they want to use. And so sometimes that brings more complexity in the BYOD world, where they're going to bring anything that they want to, but we still need to provide that consistent experience. And the Windows world, the Microsoft server world, really allows us to do that well in a lot of ways that really help us streamline that experience across the scale that we run.